Right, good afternoon, everybody. I'm not sure how many of you have been with us all day. I think most of the faces have been here all day. Hands up, anybody that's just joined for the afternoon? Alex, you've been here all day, stop lying. So, anybody just joined for the afternoon? Right, one or two. Thanks for joining us. We will briefly, fire alarms, none planned today. If there is one, the exits are just to the left and right of the stage, plus out the main doors that you would have come in when you joined. Meeting etiquette exactly the same as this morning, so if you could just put your phones on silent. If you need to take a phone call, just out to the foyer area and do it out there. We've got 4 different presentations, albeit on much the same topics. We've got 4 different presentations this afternoon. If you could just be respectful during the presentations and let them run through. We will have Q&A sessions at the end of each one. There's mics going about in the room, so same as we did this morning. If you've got a question, put your hand up and we'll get a mic to you so everybody can hear the question and the answer. And I think we've got 1 break in the afternoon for coffee and a bit of networking. A quieter agenda, and not the one I thought we would have when I proposed this idea to the steering group. I was looking at having an agenda covering more of the safety topics within the marine sector or renewables. We did approach Kerry at the Workboat Association and various other people, but for those that have seen recent safety notices, safety bulletins from HSE and other stuff that's going on in the walk-to-work sector, it's not a huge surprise that we've ended up with the agenda that we've got. So we've got operators, we've got regulators there, and vessel owners all giving their own take on much the same subject. I think Paul Young from HSE will cover some of the other issues around DP and other issues that we're seeing in the renewable sector. I know Alex touched a bit on a couple of these this morning. I'll just put up the headlines for the 10 most recent safety alerts published by MSF. The reason for putting them up is just to highlight that there's at least 2 of these that I know of that have come specifically from the renewable sector or related to the renewable sector. Obviously the motion compensated gangway one, the dropped object one as well. But just to prove the point that, look, it's an industry that needs as much focus the same way that the oil and gas one does. We have heard a couple of presentations this morning touching on renewables already. Some have drawn comparisons between oil and gas and renewables. Some have pointed out a couple of differences. For me, there's far more that ties us together than there are differences. The presentations this morning have covered things like dropped objects, lifting challenges, cargo movement. We've heard mention of fall from height, working at height, all of them related to safety of people doing the job. That, for renewables, is absolutely the same as it is in oil and gas. It's about the safety of the people we're putting to work, regardless of what that job is or where we put them. It's about the safety of those people. So for me, for the few people that asked, well, renewables at MSF, that's a new thing. Why are you doing it at MSF? To be blunt, there is no other forum just now that exists. We've got G+, we have OREEF, we've got different forums that maybe touch on a small part of safety. A lot of wind conferences going on just now that you'll see published on LinkedIn, but a lot of that focused maybe more on the marketing side. There is a desperate need for something looking at safety within the renewable sector. We don't want to reinvent the wheel at the same time, so when it comes to dropped object stuff, it's stuff we need to work on together with the oil and gas sector. But Marine Safety Forum have been kind enough to give us this afternoon looking at the renewable sector, and hopefully for those that aren't directly involved in it, hopefully you'll see the sort of challenges we're facing and where that commonality exists. Out of interest, to show of hands, who's directly involved in the renewable sector just now? So a few. And if you're just in oil and gas, who has walk-to-work operations just now? Okay, so more than I thought. It's good. And thanks for hanging around for the afternoon. So just very quickly, some of the challenges we're facing, there's a lot more aside from this, but some of the challenges we're facing and going to hear about this afternoon, looking at design standards. Jim from Shell is going to touch on that very shortly. Operational and safety guidance, again, similarities to oil and gas there, and training. And for me, when I've been trying to get support in this area and looking specifically at the training and the design standards when it comes to walk to work, I keep using this example of that laminated card you get in the pocket in front of you on the plane. It doesn't matter whether you're on a British Airways flight, whether you're on a, I don't know, Cathay Pacific, whatever it is, doesn't matter the type of plane you're on. By and large, this card is exactly the same for any plane anywhere around the world. The only things that tend to be different in that briefing to people on the plane is where is your exit relevant to where you're sitting. Now, in the same way, for me, and this is maybe oversimplifying a bit, but when we come to the walk-to-work piece we're about to hear about a lot, it's down to the people and the safety of those people as they're transiting the gangways. One thing, if we can't achieve anything else, one thing I would like to see in the coming years is more standardisation around the training of people that are going across and the alarm systems, both audible and visual, so that we can truly standardise that training in the same way we do for somebody going on a plane, so that the person walking across that gangway, if they're going from project to project, from vessel to vessel, when that alarm goes off, we don't want them to be thinking, which vessel am I on today? Which type of gangway is this? Who made it? What do I need to do for uptime? Oh no, it's SMST. They need to be almost into that muscle memory sort of reaction that alarm has gone off, my training tells me I do this, and they get into that brace position or whatever the alarm dictates that they should do. So for me, that's a starting area, but as you'll hear in the next few presentations, there's a number of other areas that we need to focus on. And as Alex has said before, for those that haven't done it before, we'll put this up on the screen at the end of the afternoon sessions, but please give us your feedback. If there's more you'd like to hear in this area, let us know in the comments. If there's different aspects of the renewables bit you'd like to hear about, let us know in your comments.